ABCD is a square. If point P is placed such that the length of BP is 6 root 3, CP is 3 root 6, and DP is 6, what is the length of AP? So let's draw that out first. We can have a square here. ABCD in a counterclockwise format. And it's a square, so we'll say this high length is S. And we have a bunch of lengths. The method that I want to show for this problem is coordinate geometry. Let's call A the origin. This is 0, 0. The D, which I've placed along the x-axis, is S away on the x-axis, so it's at S0. Similarly for B, this is at 0S, and C is at SS. We don't know where P is, so for now I'll just call it XP and YP. Now we can use distance formula to find these lengths. You recall distance formula, it is the change in x squared plus the change in y squared equals distance squared. This is a delta symbol, Greek symbol delta, it just means the change. So it would be like x1 minus x2 squared. Change in x. A lot easier to say, a lot easier to write, and a lot easier to understand in my opinion. So let's see, we want to find AP. So let's look at BP first. What do we know? The change in x goes from 0 to xp, so it's simply xp squared. Change in y, s to yp, so we have yp minus s squared. And what is this length? 6 root 3 squared. 6 times 6 is 36. 36 times 3, if you go left to right, we have 3 times 3 is 9. And 6 minus 3, 18 carries over. So we have 108. CP, you can say s to xp, so that's xp minus s squared, and yp minus s squared. We have 3 root 6. 3 squared is 9 times is 6, that's 54. And then dp. And this one we have x as xp minus s, and y is just yp squared. And that is easy 36. Now we need to find AP. Let's see, what would AP be? We go from 0 to xp, so it's xp squared, and 0 to yp, so it's simply yp squared. So we just need to find the sum of the squares of xp, yp. And that happened because we set a equal to 0, 0. Doesn't matter what you set it to, but this just made it a lot easier. And also note that ABCD means goes counterclockwise or clockwise or some direction like that. You can't skip from A to B, like A here, B here, that doesn't work. Okay, so we have 3 variables, xp, yp, and s, and 3 equations. But it would take a whole lot of work to expand all these and simplify, and I'm pretty much out of room, so let's see, there's a much easier way. And we want xp squared and yp squared, and we see we have xp squared and yp squared here. So let's see what happens if we add these 2 equations. Xp squared plus yp squared, then we have this portion, yp minus s squared, and this portion, xp minus s squared. That is 108 plus 36, and that is 144. So we have what we want. Now we just need to somehow get rid of this. But we have that right here. So we can simply subtract off CP. In other words, subtract off these 2. So then we'll be subtracting 54. And we'll get x squared plus y squared equals 90. Now with the length, this is actually the length squared by the formula. We need to do the square root of 90 equals 3 root 10, and that is our answer. So coordinate geometry can be very helpful if you are struggling with the actual geometry part. You can't find the geometric rules. It's a very good technique. But sometimes it can lead to very long, confusing, variable, heavy problems. And sometimes it simplifies very nicely like this one. So if you have time and you have nothing better to do, give it a try, but I would not make this first attempt. In any case, It is a useful tool to have in your mathematical tool belt.